Welcome as we continue our study of Colossians in chapter 2, verse 14. Blotting out the handwriting and the ordinances against us, which was contrary to us, even he has taken it out of the midst, nailing it to the cross. So blotting out is exalipho, and that comes from ek, which is from, and alipho, which is to smear or rub. It also is used of anointment. You think they would rub oil on you or smear oil on you. And so really it means to smear out or to smear from. And so that sort of comes to mean erase if you think about sort of how you would take an eraser and just sort of smear everything off the chalkboard. Handwriting is kiragraphon, and that is kir hand. We saw that previously in grapho to write, so it's literally handwritten. And ordinance is dogma, and I'm sure you've probably heard that before. Sort of really comes from to think, so it's sort of how you think about something, or the way you think, I guess maybe. But the conclusion is that it is sort of an ordinance, a decree, or a command, what is thought to be right, I should say. And against us or contrary to us. So that comes from upo is the prefix, and that means under, and then anatios, which is contrary to, or against, actually. So upo actually acts as a little bit of maybe an intensifier here, makes it a stronger word. And then word study goes on to say that it also gives it the idea of being opposed to, but with the idea of stealth or covertness, like it's opposed to you and you don't know it's opposed to you. I don't know if I would say that's true or not true. I think in context, it's probably I would say that's accurate because the law was to really be a stumbling block. It was to call us to a standard of perfection which we couldn't live up to, and to point to Christ because of that. So I would say in context that's accurate. I'm not sure if that's implied in the word or not. So what is it that it says he's taken it out of the midst of us, or lifted it up, actually, from amongst us. And so who is amongst who? Or what is amongst who? Who's he talking about here? And so he's talking about between us and God. And so he's the ordinances that have been written down that we were called to live by or live to, that he has lifted those out, and not just those, but also our sin or our violations against that law. So he's lifted both the law as well as our sin against it out from between us and him, and nailed that to the cross. So he's killed it with Christ, with the death of Christ.